The moment has come, the day of reckoning where man and monster stand upon the precipice of war. As the world braces for impact, a question echoes through the ages. Can even the combined forces of the New World's nations stand against the might of the Sorcerer King? Will they crumble before his unfathomable power or defy his dominion? The fate of worlds hangs in the balance. Let us dive into the depths of this exhilarating tale and find out together. But before we begin our tale today, let us take a moment to remember why we are here. For those who fought for this moment, for those who fell in the pursuit of peace, and for those who still dream of a better tomorrow. We fight not only for ourselves, but for the fallen, the living, and the yet to be born. Our story begins in the heart of a dying world where empires fall and legends are made. Beneath the looming silence of an impending war, the world braced for its reckoning. In the ruins of a forgotten fortress, the leaders of the newly forged alliance gathered in secret. Maps sprawled across wooden tables, guarded by magic circles and divine wards. The air buzzed with tension. From the slain theocracy, Cardinal Raymond spoke. If we strike first and sever the Sorcerer King's command over his guardians, we might fracture Nazaric's unity. The dwarf emissary laughed bitterly. If you think splitting the mountain matters when you're standing in front of a volcano, you're already dead. Still, the plan was set. A multi-pronged assault. Desperate, but precise. Meanwhile, deep in Nazarick, Pandora's actor, disguised as Ains, led a bizarre diplomatic mission. Across the Great Lake, emissaries from neutral territories arrived. Some sought peace. Others hoped to spy. But all left with the same impression. Ains Ulgaun sees all and misses nothing, and that illusion of omnipotence was intentional. As the leaders of the human alliance prepared to make their move, two figures emerged from the forest, cloaked in darkness. Aura and Mayor Ains's loyal servants silently observed the vast army amassing at the foot of the mountain. They're serious this time, Aura whispered, crouching beside a tree branch, her beast silently growling below. Mayor nodded. We should tell Lord Ains. Some of their troops have magic we haven't seen before, even magic capable of bypassing our wards. Aura frowned. Maybe even world items. The two vanished into the forest, shadows swallowed by thicker shadows. Back in the throne room, Ains stood in silence, fingers resting on the armrest, carved from black obsidian. He was not afraid. But he was calculating. Let them push, he said at last. Let them believe they are the storm. They do not realize they are walking into the eye. Outside, the skies turned gray. Not with rain but with summoned clouds of death magic, laced with tracking spells and invisible barriers. The guardians moved into position. Cocytus marched toward the southern ridge. Shaltir vanished into the night. Demiurge opened a book of prophecies one he had written himself. And Albedo, radiant in black armor, stood at Ains's side, smiling. The world was ready to fight. But Nazarick was ready to end it. As the dawn broke, the human alliance advanced, a tide of steel and determination surging toward the seemingly impenetrable fortress. At the head of the charge, a paladin raised his holy symbol, high, a beacon of righteousness in the gathering gloom. For glory, he roared, his voice echoing with divine Behind him, knights thundered on horseback, their lances sharp and unwavering. Infantry followed, shields locked in a wall of defense, their eyes fixed on the prize. Mages brought up the rear, their hands glowing with arcane power, ready to unleash devastation at a moment's notice. But as they surged forward, an unnatural chill gripped the land. The very air grew heavy, as if the sky itself was weeping. Then from the top of the fortress, a lone figure stepped into view. Ains Ulgaun, the Sorcerer King, his skeletal visage, pale and imposing against the darkening sky. In his hand, a staff of immense power thrummed with dark energy. "So the ants have come to devour the elephant," Ains intoned, his voice a hollow echo in the stillness. "Very well. Let us see how many of you can survive the storm." With that, he raised his staff, and the guardians of Nazareth stirred. Cositus, the skeletal warrior clad in azure armor, hefted his greatsword, its icy edge gleaming in the fading light. Shaltir, the vampire queen, her fangs bared in a predatory grin, melted into the shadows. Demiurge, the strategist, his eyes burning with infernal light, unfurled a banner emblazoned with the seal of Nazareth. And Albedo, the guardian of the throne, her form wreathed in celestial light, raised her staff to the heavens. The battle lines were drawn, and the fate of worlds hung in the balance. The stage was set for a clash of epic proportions, a battle that would shake the very foundations of the new world. Who will prevail in this confrontation of good and evil? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: the coming conflict will change the course of history forever. Stay tuned for an even more thrilling tale in our next episode.